In a stunning turn of events in the Red Sea conflict zone, a swift and devastating airstrike was carried out by a United States Air Force F-16 fighter jet, catching the Houthi rebel forces completely off guard. The precision and speed of the operation left the militants scrambling for cover with little to no time to react. The attack showcased not just overwhelming firepower, but the incredible technological superiority wielded by modern aerial warfare systems that can neutralize high-value targets in mere seconds, far beyond the expectations of traditional rebel defense lines. The incident took place as Houthi units were in the final stages of preparing a missile launch aimed at commercial shipping routes in the southern Red Sea, a zone they have increasingly sought to destabilize in recent months. Their plan was interrupted abruptly as Allied intelligence networks detected suspicious heat signatures and electronic activity from a coastal location known for storing heavy weaponry. The response was immediate and calculated, with an airstrike order issued from a regional command base to ensure rapid elimination of the threat. From a high-security airbase located in the Gulf region, a combat-ready F-16 was scrambled at high speed. Armed with advanced guided missiles and cutting-edge stealth countermeasures, the aircraft soared across the sky at subsonic velocity before entering a low-detection flight path. Military strategists had designed the flight route to avoid enemy radar, leveraging terrain-hugging maneuvers and jamming systems to ensure the jet approached its target undetected. Within minutes of deployment, the F-16 reached its designated strike zone. Armed with real-time satellite imaging and precise target coordinates, the pilot executed a high-speed dive and released 2 laser-guided bombs, each capable of delivering a focused payload against armored and fortified positions. The precision of the attack was surgical. The bombs hit a transport convoy and a hidden missile launch site, instantly triggering massive explosions that engulfed the entire rebel position in flames and debris. The shockwave from the impact rippled through the surrounding area, scattering personnel and equipment. Black smoke rose high into the sky, marking the catastrophic loss of the Houthis' high-value assets. Surveillance drones circling the area confirmed the destruction of multiple launch vehicles, ammunition caches, and encrypted communication terminals. This successful strike significantly diminished the rebels' capability to target international vessels and demonstrated the lethal reach of American air power in conflict zones. Intelligence reports later revealed that the Houthi fighters were caught entirely off guard. They had neither radar alerts nor visual detection of the approaching threat. The stealth approach combined with electronic warfare countermeasures had rendered the F-16 virtually invisible until the moment of impact. For a group that had grown used to conventional drone strikes and long-range missile warfare, the sudden close-range precision assault came as a profound shock. What made the operation particularly impactful was the speed of execution. From detection to target neutralization, the entire sequence lasted under 10 minutes. The swiftness not only prevented any counterattack, but also crippled the enemy's chain of command in the area. The rebels' attempt to regroup and mount a response failed as secondary surveillance confirmed their defensive structure was in disarray. Reports from the battlefield indicate that at least 7 key military assets were obliterated. The remaining personnel, many injured and disoriented, were seen retreating into nearby terrain without organizing a coherent defense. The psychological impact of such a strike, quick, precise, and unavoidable, was evident in the way rebel communication channels went silent shortly after the strike. Military analysts emphasized that this strike was a clear demonstration of modern warfare's shift towards minimal exposure, maximum impact missions. A single, well-executed sortie can now achieve what previously required multiple operations and boots on the ground. It underscored how heavily integrated battlefield intelligence and air superiority can change the course of engagements with irregular militant groups. Observers in the region noted how this operation signified a new phase in coalition tactics, no longer reliant solely on drones or surveillance. The use of crewed fighter aircraft in active strike roles suggests a shift in strategy, one that combines human decision-making with next-gen targeting systems for surgical strikes, particularly when high-value targets are involved. The strike has become a topic of intense discussion within regional military circles and international defense forums. Not only did it neutralize a major threat to civilian shipping lines, but it also reinforced the message that hostile actors cannot operate with impunity, even in areas considered beyond immediate reach. Following the attack, Houthi units reportedly began relocating supply depots and attempting to camouflage missile systems using makeshift barriers and tunnels. However, defense analysts argue that such measures are largely ineffective against satellite and thermal tracking technologies that modern militaries now routinely deploy. The aftermath of the airstrike revealed just how unprepared the rebels were to deal with fast, coordinated aerial assaults. Their reliance on outdated radar and anti-air systems made them vulnerable to modern stealth-enabled fighter jets capable of operating in contested zones without being intercepted. The global shipping community welcomed the move, as the Red Sea is a vital artery for international trade. Any attempt by non-state actors to disrupt safe passage through these waters poses serious economic and humanitarian risks. Ensuring the area remains secure is not only a military concern, but a global economic imperative. Military spokespersons from the coalition emphasized that the airstrike was a proportionate and preemptive action. It was carried out with the objective of protecting international commerce and regional stability in line with international law and defensive doctrines. Footage released after the operation showed the precision with which the strike was carried out. The munitions hit their targets with pinpoint accuracy, avoiding civilian structures while obliterating the intended military objectives. This visual proof strengthened public confidence in the capability of Allied forces to act decisively and responsibly. Defense officials confirmed that no collateral damage occurred and that every element of the operation was executed with maximum caution to minimize unintended impact. This was a defining characteristic of the mission: measured, disciplined, and mission-focused. Security analysts have suggested that this event may deter future hostile actions from similar groups in the region, at least in the short term. The fear of being targeted by highly accurate, near-undetectable airstrikes is expected to force militant organizations to reconsider open provocations. Inside military academies and tactical training centers, the strike is already being reviewed as a case study. From mission planning to execution, it represents a near-textbook example of modern joint force coordination and air dominance doctrine. Though not the first instance of its kind,